welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. If you are a subscriber, welcome back and thank you for your support. If you are new here, welcome. If you love handbags as much as I do, please consider subscribing. I'm not only really trying to build my channel here, I'm also trying to extend my community. This has been such a fun, amazing, and rewarding experience, and I expected none of this to happen when I started this channel, but I made some new friends, and a lot of other YouTubers have helped me out, inspired me. It's just been a great experience. So please join me, please comment below, please follow me on Instagram at TotsJean, even though I gotta get better at posting there, but I'm always happy to talk with people, especially about handbags. We all share this common passion. So again, just please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. So today, as the description indicates, I want to go over 5 Louis Vuitton handbags, women's handbags, that I think are perfect for men. And then I have one bonus from another brand that I also think is perfect for men that I want to talk about. So I've said this before, I've always, most of the time, mostly shopped in the women's section. The last time I bought a handbag from the men's line was this Gucci here, which I bought earlier this year. It's my first and only Gucci. I love it. I wanted this from Gucci. I just love this bag. So I do occasionally shop in the men's section, but very, very rarely. And the reason I don't is I think the men's section is pretty boring. It's getting better, but it's boring. Previously, most of the silhouettes were briefcases, backpacks, messenger bags, and duffel bags. Boring, 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 and boring. So that's what gravitated me towards the women's section. And I hate using these terms men and women because I feel like everybody should just be who they are, wear what they want, carry what they want, and who cares? But that's the reality of today. You go to these websites and there's a men's and a women's section on most of them. But times are changing. Gucci, for example, has a men's version of its Diana bag. Dior, a men's version of its iconic saddle bag. And Fendi has a men's version of their peekaboo bag, which I think is really cool. Faire Lepage takes this to a whole other level. They don't even have men's or women's on their websites. They just have a bag section. Everybody that wants a bag from Faire Lepage goes to their website and you just click bags and you see all their bags and there's no assigned gender to them, which I think is wonderful because I think we get, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness, how embarrassing. We get influenced, that's it. So we get influenced. If we see something we like and we're a man and it says women's, well, maybe we'll steer clear of it. But on Faire Lepage, since there are none, well, you don't get that influence, which I think is pretty amazing. And so hopefully we're gonna see more of this going forward. I personally think they should just get rid of men's and women's altogether and just have clothes, shoes, bags, accessories, whatever the different categories are, and don't assign gender to them. That's like obsolete now. But with Louis Vuitton, that is my favorite brand, as I've said before, and they're still pretty stringent on this division, in my opinion. I have not, and correct me if I'm wrong below, I have not seen a Louis Vuitton iconic women's bag in a men's version. It's very separate and segregated on Louis Vuitton. I do not like their men's line, not at all. And the reasons I don't like their men's line is most of the stuff or all of the stuff falls in that briefcase, messenger, backpack, duffel categories, which again, bore me to death. I also love the iconic monogram prints. Now they do have some iconic monogram print bags in the men's line, but they all either have black leather trim and black leather handles, or they have like bright neon color trim and black handles, and that's just not really my style. Now they do have monogram Eclipse, which I think is super, super cool. And I do want something in the monogram eclipse, but I haven't seen anything I liked as of yet. And you don't see the monogram eclipse over in the women's line. Why? Women buy black bags all the time. I hope I remember to throw a picture up, but it's black canvas with gray monogram on it. What distinctly makes that male, and not female? I don't get it. But what I love about Louis Vuitton versus these other brands, maybe excluding Gucci, because I do feel the same about Gucci. I feel like there are a lot of options in the women's line that would work for men. But aside from Gucci and Louis Vuitton, I really don't feel that when I go to Fendi or especially Dior's website or YSL as well. It just, for me, I have a style and I don't want to go too feminine, and I hate saying that. I hate saying that because I don't think we should throw these labels on these things, but maybe I'll rephrase it. My style is different, and brands like Fendi and Dior and Gucci, Dior, you know I love, they just don't have a lot of bags that are my style. That's a better way to say it. Retrain your thinking. I'm talking to myself when I said that. So with Louis, I love their bags, and I found many bags I really like, and all of them except the carry-all are in the women's line. And the carry-all isn't in either. Like, you can search for the carry-all, but if you search men's or women's bags, the carry-all doesn't come up. And I'm talking about the duffel carry-all, not the new carry-all that has that twist tie thing. But I love Louis Vuitton bags. But I'm going to go through 5 bags in the women's line that I think are perfect for men. I have 3 of them, and then I'll talk about the other 2, sharing information on them on the screen. And as I'm going through these, I want you all watching to think, what makes these bags, particularly women's bags and not men's bags? And please feel free to comment below, because I would really love your thoughts on this topic. So with all that said, let's get started. So the first bag I want to talk about is my newest bag, and this is the SPEEDY 25 in the bandoliere. Bandoliere means it has this stripe down the side and a D-ring for a shoulder strap. The regular SPEEDY does not. What makes essentially this duffel? I know I just said duffels are so boring, but I absolutely freaking love this bag. It is one of the most practical and user-friendly bags I have, but I'm not here to review this bag. But what in particular makes this bag feminine? They have had before vachetta leather in the men's line. So I don't think the vachetta leather makes this a feminine bag. I don't really know what does. It essentially looks like a bowling or a duffel or a doctor bag. It's a great little bag, and they have a bunch of different sizes, some smaller, some bigger. I'm not going to get into that. But I'd be interested to hear all your thoughts below about what makes this a women's bag versus a men's bag. It's a great bag. You can carry it top handle. You can attach the shoulder strap that it comes with. It also comes with a lock, and it's got a dual zipper, and it's just a nice big open space. You can see the shoulder strap in there. I have a base shaper in the bottom. It does have a small zippered pocket back here. That's pretty useless for me. It's a great place for a lip balm to easily get to it. It also has a D-ring right here, you can see. I guess you could maybe hang your keys there or something. I haven't used that. And if I didn't mention, it does come with a lock and 2 keys, so you could lock it up if you want. But this is a fantastic bag. I took this with me to Cabo and used it as my everyday bag, and it fit a ton of stuff in it for such a small profile. So I absolutely love this bag. I think it's perfect for men. So I don't know why Louis Vuitton thinks this is just a woman's bag. Why is it not in both sections? Tell me your thoughts below. Next up, one of my favorites I've talked about before, the Pochette Métis. This is in the reverse monogram. It's a satchel style bag. There are satchel style bags for men. This reminds me of a messenger bag shape. Is it this big gold S-lock clasp here that makes this a feminine bag, or a women's bag, I should say? For me, no. This is a totally unisex bag. Men, women, it doesn't matter. It's got a great zipper pocket on the back, which is perfect for your phone. It has a top handle. I don't know, maybe that's what makes it a women's bag. I never use the top handle. I use the shoulder strap that comes with it. It's an awesome shoulder bag. You can fit a ton of stuff in it. It has a pocket in the front, a bigger pocket in the middle, and a small slip pocket in the back. I know it's hard to see because it's a black interior, but you can see it comes with a reverse monogram shoulder strap, and it is expandable. You can get a lot of stuff in this little bag. Now, I really don't put any more in it than it would allow to retain this profile, so I really don't take advantage of it being able to expand out because I'm just not crazy about the look of it like this from the side, and I always worry about stretching out the canvas and warping it. But this is such a fantastic little everyday bag that fits everything I need in it. Again, I'm not sure why this is specifically a women's bag. The next one I want to share is, and I know I've been sharing this a lot lately, is the On-the-Go GM tote bag. What is so women's about this that this isn't in the men's line? The men's line, they have, oh gosh, what's the name of the bag? It's in the monogram Eclipse, and it is a tote style bag. I cannot recall the name of it. I'll try to put a picture of it up over here, but it's very, very similar to this. So this is such a great bag. I've said it before. This is my favorite work bag that I probably ever have. I usually have an organizer in there, but it holds a ton of stuff. Gives you the option to use those shoulder straps to carry it over the shoulder. I carry it handheld. I'm getting used to carrying it and it being pretty heavy with all my stuff in it. Maybe it's these straps and the idea of carrying it over your shoulder that makes it a women's bag versus a men's bag. I don't know, but I love that it has the reverse monogram. I think it's a great bag. I don't see why this is just a women's bag. So again, let me know your thoughts. Now, the next two Louis Vuittons I do not have. One of them I want, another one I'm not that interested in it because I have this and I don't see myself choosing that over this. And I'm going to start with that one. And that is the sock PLAT, and I hope I'm saying that right, in the MM size. It's essentially a big tote style bag. It has vachetta leather handles. It also comes with a detachable shoulder strap. It does look like it's pretty big, and it does look like you could fit a lot of stuff in there. So this is such a great bag, and they do have the smaller version in these bright, like purple and green mixed together neon colors I've seen. I think that's from a previous collection and it's sold out, but they've done the smaller size in the men's section. So maybe that's one instance where you've seen some type of crossover, but the biggest size is in the women's section. And again, I don't understand what particularly makes this bag a women's bag versus a men's bag. The next one I do want, and I've recently gotten really interested in this, and there's been a lot of hoopla about this bag on the tubes, and that is the toiletry pouch with chain. So the toiletry pouch with chain is 3 pieces. It is the toiletry pouch 26, the toiletry pouch 15, and a chain. And the reason there's been a lot of hoopla around this is Louis Vuitton used to sell the toiletry pouch 26 on its own, and people were converting it into a handbag. Essentially, you could go online and buy a bag insert that had 2 rings inside it, which would allow you to attach a chain or a shoulder strap. And so people were spending $700 something for this toiletry pouch 2016 and converting it into a handbag. Well, look, it's obvious Louis Vuitton is watching and listening to what people say because they've stopped selling the toiletry 26 and they are selling their own version, which includes the 15 and the chain. And it's like $1,000 more than the toiletry pouch 26. But a lot of people have been comparing the toiletry pouch 26 with the toiletry pouch on chain and complaining about the $1,000 price hike. But it's not an apples to apples comparison, because with the toiletry pouch on chain, you're getting this smaller pouch and you're getting a Louis Vuitton chain. And it's also different. The toiletry pouch with chain, the 26 size, now isn't just entirely canvas like the pouch was when it was sold on its own. It was all canvas on the exterior and the monogram print. The new one has treated vachetta leather on the sides of the bag, and it also has a different interior. I'm not sure exactly what the interior is, but it's not wipeable. It's not intended anymore to be used as a toiletry pouch. It's a bag, and it has credit card slots in it. So yes, you probably could have spent less money buying the 26 and the 15 and the insert and the chain before than buying all this together, but I don't think it's that much more expensive. But I think this is a really cool looking bag. Now, the chain, in my opinion, does make this bag more feminine. I wouldn't use the chain. I would use another shoulder strap. I could use one of my vachetta leather straps. I could buy a treated vachetta leather strap on Etsy or Amazon, or I could carry it just as a clutch. So I'm really interested in the bag. I'm thinking of getting it. There's a few bags that are going around in my head. I almost bought this sac de jour this week, and then I wanted the Louis Vuitton Odeon tote in the MM size, which in the Damier Ebene. I don't have any Damier Ebene, but I really need to think about what's next before I pull the trigger. But with any of these 5 bags, nothing about them to me screams that they are women's bags and not unisex bags. Also, and the same applies the other way around. Like, I look at the men's section and why are these all specifically men? So it goes both ways. But I think times need to change. And my bonus one for you is one I absolutely love, my Dior small camp bag. Again, what about this makes this a women's bag and not a unisex bag? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. To me, this is like the SPEEDY and the other Louis Vuittons. Absolutely nothing. This is a great little shoulder bag. You know, I have a Pochette Métis organizer in there. It didn't work for the Pochette Métis, but it works perfect for this bag. It's got a shoulder strap. It's got the buckle clasp here. I love this bag. Maybe it's the blue oblique. Maybe they consider that women's, not men's. Maybe some of you will consider this more feminine because of that. I don't know, but to me, all 6 of these bags I talked about in the women's line are perfect for men. And I also think this little guy here is perfect for women. This is such a great little shoulder bag. Holds a lot. I'm not going to get into it. But again, like I said, it goes both ways. So I hope in the future we see men's and women's lines done away with, and we lose that preconceived notion when we're looking, oh, it's a woman's bag, maybe I shouldn't. Or, oh, this is a men's bag, I guess I should go over to the women's section. I think that would be so freeing and so awesome if brands followed Faire Lepage's lead and just had sections, non-gender based sections. But I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about today. So I would really love to hear your thoughts below. Be honest, comment on these bags I showed. You know, if you think I'm mistaken, that these aren't really unisex bags, or not even that. If you think like, okay, well, this is why I think it's in the women's section, I would love to hear your reasoning behind that. You know, no judgment, no shame, none of that stuff. But if you want to say, yeah, it's because of the big gold hardware that makes it a women's bag, then say it. I am really curious to know all of your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye-bye.